We're actually going.
Ooh.
Right on.
What's going on? Ooh, you got a nice voice on this.
Yeah?
Yeah,
You like it?
it's kind of sexy.
Oh,
Whoa. Are you a voice actor?
you should be.
When it need to be.
Have you ever thought about getting into acting? I feel like I asked everyone that on the show.
I've thought about it, but honestly, being in front of a camera doesn't work with me.
No way.
No, it's weird.
Why?
You're meant to be behind the camera, I think.
I like being behind the camera. I don't know.
Yeah.
Why do you say that, though? Like, what do you mean? You're not meant to be in front of the camera. What's that mean?
Not meant to be. It's just that I find I freeze up and get a little uncomfortable.
You get a little bit nervous?
Yeah, for sure.
Isn't it weird how you get nervous, but you're really just talking to, like, a lens?
Yeah, that's the weird part.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, you're just actually just talking to a lens.
I did like a story where I was like talking to my phone and I was like totally alone. Nobody was around me. And I was so nervous. I was like, what is going on? As soon as I hit record, I was like, I don't know why. I was like, okay, calm down. Like, it's okay. Just the notion that people are going to be like watching you and like listening to you is like, I don't know. It freaks me out sometimes.
You're still acting though, right? Or no?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. You just work for
Korean and Heike.
Korean Heike, which is a
News and
casting,
Brand
yeah, which is
Yeah.
a casting place in Vancouver.
Yeah, arguably probably the
The
one.
the biggest one, yeah.
One,
Just say it, it's the biggest.
Yeah. I mean, they've been working for like
number one.
33 years.
Yeah.
They're like massive
Right.
in the industry. So yeah, they're definitely.
And how do you stumble into something like that?
Well, like I had a background in acting, and then I worked on set as like a locations member, and then eventually like a trainee assistant director, a little bit here and there, and then eventually I was like, I want something a little bit more like suited for me, schedule wise and everything, and yeah, fell in love with casting and somehow got a job with them, which I don't know how it happened, but yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How did you know like when to like hang up the towel for acting?
How did I know?
Because I feel like a lot of people are going through, everyone goes through changes
Yeah.
in lives. And I feel like giving up a dream, like a goal or whatever, for whatever reason is in my opinion, like the hardest thing you can do as a human being.
Well, that's a complex question just because, I mean, I could give you like a really short answer, but I think like in all honesty, it wasn't so much, for me at least, it wasn't so much about giving up a dream, because that dream started when I was like 6 years old, right? It's deeply rooted in my childhood. And it was also attached to a lot of like insecurities and self-consciousness and whatnot. And eventually I just kind of like was like, fuck, like I'm neurotic and I like working and I like being in control of what I do and whatnot. And this is like just not fulfilling me anymore. I didn't have any control over anything. I would book here and there and I built a nice little resume, but I just was like, I want to do more things. And eventually I kind of grew out of it. The transition was actually less painful than I thought it would be.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because it happened over time. Hey, it wasn't like one day.
Yeah.
It was just like over time.
Over time. Yeah. Over probably 6 months, I would say. I mean, it's still like eventually after that too, it still felt like, oh, fuck, I miss it sometimes or whatever. But I think one of the big moments that made me realize like this might not be for me, like the actual lifestyle of being an actor, was when, I mean, I have a lot of friends in the industry, and one of the people that I knew back then is a huge actor, and he's in Hollywood now. And I remember him saying things to me like, oh, you know, I'm being approached to be on these series, and I have like 2 shows that are wanting to hire me, or networks or whatever, and I'm so over it. I hate it. Like, I know, like, I'm not into those shows and I'm so unhappy. And I was like, wow, this guy's actually working constantly. He's in Hollywood. He's making the big bucks and he's totally unhappy. And I was like, if this is his reality, it could also be mine. And I didn't want that. So I was like, I don't like that. Yeah.
It's a weird industry, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, to want to do this kind of thing, you're pretty much at people's like, you know, mercy, and you're wanting them to choose you to be. I always see it as this way, like you have captains of the team and you're trying to get on someone's team.
Yeah.
Please pick me. Look, this is why you should pick me.
Yeah.
And that's kind of, if you look at it in that kind of light, it's definitely depressing. And
Yeah.
the way that I think that the best way to overcome that is just have other things in your life going on.
Absolutely. I was going
Right?
to say that. Like, I mean, I'll be in the room when actors come in. Sometimes I'll read with actors because I'm contractually obligated to read on some shows. And you see it when actors come in and they don't have anything really, I don't want to say they don't have anything going for themselves, but you feel, you know, the desperation a little bit, or the pick me, like that aspect. And my favorite actors, I mean, I can name a few, but my favorite actors in the city that constantly work are people that don't care about traveling. They'll take a vacation and fuck off for a few months, or, you know, they'll take classes, but they also have like a bunch of other hobbies and things that they really love that keeps them sane and happy. And those people are like my favorite type of people that have more to talk about than just acting.
Yeah.
You know, because I find that a little intense.
Without relying exactly just on that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I got other things going, so when
Well,
it
I
comes
think
down
that
to
it also brings so much more like life into your acting when you do things that really set your soul on fire.
But I think and I think you should honestly just take that approach with everything in life, though.
100%.
Like, there's a lot of people, like, let's take, for example, like relationships. I know a lot of like guys and girls that,
Yeah.
100% of their energy goes into their relationship. Like, they have nothing going on for themselves.
Yeah.
Right. Or it could be, and it could be honestly anything. It could be running a business. It's like, okay, well, do you have any like side hobbies that you want to do? Like, do you play any maybe sports or whatever it is? Like,
Yeah.
you shouldn't just have one thing anyways. Like, there's goals and dreams and ambitions. I get that. But like, I agree. You should totally have other things on the go. This
100%.
acting teacher, I was 17, 18 years old. And now that I'm older, I'm 28 now. And now that I understand I understand what he was saying to me. And he was basically saying acting is basically finding a way to stay in the trenches for the longest amount of time and be happy being in the trenches. And I didn't know what that meant back then. I was like, well, okay,
love
whatever.
that.
But like, instead of, hammering my head against being a server or whatever it was, I was like, okay, well, I want to create a great life while I can try to do acting as well.
100%, yeah.
And I think that's the move,
It is a move.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I love that philosophy. That's really smart.
So would you ever like get back into it or no?
I have done some projects, just commercial stuff,
Okay.
just for friends that were like, hey, do you want to do this? And I was like, yeah, 100%, I'll do it. And there's money attached to it.
Yeah,
so it's
pays great. Yeah, the money's great.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know. I'll be in the room, like just greeting actors and whatnot and talking to them and, and I'm just like, I feel the energy and I feel for them.
Right.
Like I'll feel like stress for them. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't want that.
Right.
I'm so over this. I really I don't
It
like
makes you happy, eh?
Oh yeah. I sit like in the chair and I just go, oh my God, I'm so happy to be on the other side. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Do you ever like how do you handpick these people to come in, or are you in charge of that at all?
Well, it depends. I mean,
For certain projects, I guess?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, in all honesty, I mean, so the way that our office works, without giving too much away, there's myself and my colleague Maria, and we have associates as well. And we typically will cover our own shows. And for some of the shows that are a little bit newer, Corinne and Heike are totally all over it, and that's their thing. And then sometimes for like Supernatural, for example, I'll be like, hey, like what about this actor, that actress, and whatever. So I do kind of like sometimes try to get in there and be like, hey, like, can I suggest somebody? So I try to be like to do that a little bit, but generally speaking, they're the ones kind of
Running the ship.
running the ship, exactly.
Okay, cool.
So
And like, is there a goal with this kind of career? Like, do you want to be one day having your own casting?
Yeah.
Is that the goal?
Yeah. The goal right now is to try and survive within this like current climate, because all of our productions have shut down.
Yeah, it's
until
fucking
further
crazy.
notice.
Yeah.
So we don't know what's going to happen, and like so many, like thousands of people are out of a job right now in the film and TV industry. So
Thousands?
25,000.
25,000?
Yeah, that's roughly how many people
Most
were like
productions
crew
stopped.
members. Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a lot.
I mean,
people's
yeah,
jobs.
it's a lot of people's jobs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Fuck, that's a lot of people.
Yeah. Right. It's a lot of people.
That's
So-
insane.
So like we're just gonna try and ride that wave and see what happens.
What's your
But
prediction for this virus, by the way?
I don't know. I think that we haven't seen the worst of it. I think that we're probably gonna be like going down a little bit more before we go up. But I think for me, I'm a little bit more afraid of the economy and what's gonna happen, because everything's gonna be crashing, I think.
And we're not going to see it yet. We're going to see it in like a couple months from now, right?
Oh yeah, I feel like it probably, if it does go down really badly, I think that a year or two is what's going to be happening of us like just trying to get back up and rebuild everything that we've lost. So yeah,
Fuck.
yeah,
Let's take it one day at a time.
yeah.
Take it one day at a time, but also at the same time, you got to kind of see like what's going on. Those people that bought like all those like wipes and hand sanitizers, you guys see that guy?
Resell
He
them
bought
for-
like all of them and then like resold them on Amazon and made like
They made,
$100,000.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
In like a couple days, he like made $100,000.
And they're calling themselves hustlers, and I'm like, okay, good for you, but
Yeah.
also like that is
Well, Amazon put a stop to it.
Horrible.
Yeah.
So now he has a whole garage And eBay put a stop to it. So he has a whole garage full of like
Lysol
wipes and hand sanitizer. And now he's donating it. Apparently, now he's donating it.
Of course he is.
Oh,
Right?
yeah, money. It's like
Quote
I'll
unquote.
give it away now.
Yeah.
That is so bad.
Okay, like when I first heard it, I was like, oh, that's so smart that he's doing that. And then after a little bit of like thinking about it, I was like, that's so not cool. Like you're not sharing with the world. I need this right now, dude.
Adriana went to the grocery store yesterday and I stayed home and I was like, hey, like I forgot to text you, but I wanted him to look at the toilet paper aisle so badly because I wanted to see like if our own grocery store was affected by it and what.
It was empty. There was paper towel.
Crazy.
There was one roll of paper towel or like one bunch of paper towels.
I got offered $100 I think he was kind of like,
did you take it? I saw that. Did you take it?
I thought he was kind of, no, I didn't take it.
Because
he was like,
say in your story that
yeah,
you took
I did.
it?
Yeah, I would make a joke, right? But I thought like, I didn't know if he was serious or not. Like he was walking by and I was like, is he serious about that? Because I'll definitely fucking take that money.
Yeah.
But there was like one other, I don't know. It's crazy. Like I usually buy off Amazon like toilet papers, like, like 18 rolls or whatever it is.
Oh, we should do that.
The good stuff. He always gets mad at me because I always buy like the cheapest stuff that's like one.
I mean, we can afford to wipe our butts with like some good paper.
Well, I don't think it's even good. I think it's just like shitty.
Yeah.
I think it's like, it's made in China. Like it's not that great. Kirkland, I think it's made in China, right?
No, but she buys like the
rough stuff.
It's like one ply. Like,
From the dollar store?
From cardboard. Like.
Do you like the rough stuff? Is that what it is?
Maybe.
She has to get it all in there.
He gets really upset when I do that.
Yeah, I throw a little fit.
That's hilarious. No, honestly.
We gotta take care of our
okay,
bums.
first of all, this is not even a plug for Amazon at all. But if you have a subscription on Amazon, yeah, it could be. Mm-hmm. You can select the things that you need, like toilet paper,
like a weekly
paper towel,
grocery list.
And it send. I don't know if you use that many toilet paper in a week, but it sends it.
We do. We
just
so
go
much.
through 18 rolls.
High
fiber diet. High fiber diet. I love it.
Oh my god.
And it sends it like once a month.
Okay.
So it's kind of cool. Like you just show up, or you're just going about your day, and it's there. It's kind of sweet.
I like that. I like finding little things to make our lives more efficient, so we can focus on the things we want to do and not have to like.
Did you just cough?
I did. Oh my god. Am I spreading the virus?
Sorry, keep going.
Yeah, just like making little things efficient in your life, so you don't have to worry about like going out and buying, toilet paper or like small mundane things that you don't want to have to worry about.
Amazon right now is probably having like huge meetings, just saying how like. Talking about how they're going to be like the number one force in the world because literally no one's going to come out of their house and just order online from Amazon. So they're going to be like the only company actually operating through this whole thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, there still has to be someone delivering it though.
Poor souls.
Yeah.
Having to deliver everything.
Yeah. That does suck.
Yeah.
But I remember like if you order toilet paper, it comes within 24 hours to your house.
Okay.
And now I'm on like a 3-week wait list.
Really?
3 weeks.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
that makes sense.
So it's serious.
Yeah.
So the rule in this house is if you use toilet paper, it's one square. Like
for number twos?
Yeah.
What?
Listen, we got it.
That is
we gotta
nonsense.
last. We gotta last in this.
Well, you turn
chaos.
the shower on.
Yeah, you turn the shower
We
on,
need to
do a
like install
handstand,
a
and
bidet. Is that how you
bidet?
say it? Yeah, a bidet.
How you saying it?
Bidet?
How did you say it the first time?
Don't put me on the spot, please. Bidet.
Yeah, I kind of want one of those too, but I feel like that's just like a fancy toilet. Like I've always kind of wanted one, but
they make them now. It attaches to your toilet you have now, and
yeah, right.
But here's my fear for women.
Right.
You know how the holes are near one another. You just like, what if it splashes?
It ricochets into the ass.
Right?
Yeah. That's the thing.
Or other way around.
Or the other way around, yeah.
You wouldn't want that. That's not clean.
Well, I
yeah,
think
but you're not leaving it there. You're cleaning all the bacteria off, so I wouldn't worry about that.
Yeah, but it's just water. How is that cleaning off the bacteria?
Well, I don't know. It's good enough for me.
yeah, it's good for you.
He has a passion for bidets.
Do you?
He does.
I was staying at this hostel in Colorado.
Yeah.
I was in this really nice house from, I'd say, like the early 40s. And one of the first things the guy said at the desk after it got me all signed up and was about to show me my room, he's like, you got to try the washroom there. They have like a good bidet. And I was like, okay. Anyways, the next morning I tried it and it was amazing. It was one of the best toilet experiences
He
I've
still
had.
talks about it like at least once a month.
That actually does sound pretty good though. Like a nice coffee. I was going to say newspaper, but that's not, we don't have those anymore.
So the toilet seat goes up by itself or down by itself, so you don't touch it. The toilet seat was warm. And then when you go to you're finished, you go to wash, and it's like laser point right at right at the right spot, and it's like nice.
How does it? Because I feel like everyone's like, I guess the asshole is where it is, but like, isn't it different on like when it depends how you sit on it? Like, what if you're just
does
like,
it have a sensor? Does it
taking
know
a
how to
shit
hit
like
the
this?
bullseye?
Yeah, how does it know?
It must have sensors.
That's crazy.
I don't know. It just with perfect aim, and then it even
Perfect aim. Yeah.
it even has like a little warm dryer, so it dries
What?
you as
It
well.
dries it too?
Flushes it itself, and then you just walk away, and you just
You don't do anything.
you don't do anything. It's amazing.
That's where the world's coming to. Just don't lift a
Wow.
finger. Yeah. Do you guys, this might sound kind of personal, but I just got into having a stool for when I take a shit.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I've heard of those.
Yeah, that's the move.
Yeah.
Does it work?
Oh yeah. Like night and day. Like I almost, when there's not a stool around and I'm
Yeah.
taking a shit somewhere else,
You're like-
I'll find something.
I usually just
Like
I just stand on my tippy toes and like
Yeah,
Do
but
you actually
when like
to like mimic the position?
I feel like it's not the same though.
no, it's not the same, but it's like better than not.
I get like the garbage can lid,
Mm-hmm.
or sometimes and I'll just put it and I'll like put my feet on it. Like, just like
The cleaning lady's like, what's in the
why
garbage
is this
cans?
off?
Garbage all over the floor.
That's crazy. No, I hear that that's the actual position you should be like going number 2 in.
That is, yeah,
Right?
for sure.
Yeah.
Like you get it like all out. Like I don't know if you experience that too. It
Yeah, well, because
flows.
Yes, give us the
the way
details.
we normally sit, it's I don't know how it works. Basically, it's like not letting our bowels be like perfectly straight.
I love how Adrian was like, he's just deadpan about every conversation we're having right now. It's awesome. I love it.
Deadpan?
Yeah, no, it's just, yes, it comes right out.
Oh
Well,
my
that's just my
God.
voice, man. I'm very, very monotone and
It scared me when I first met him. I was just kind of like, "Are you a human being? Like, are you a robot? What's
you happy
happening
or
there?"
sad right now? What's
yeah,
going on?
like I couldn't tell. I was like, "What's going on?"
I'm pretty happy right now.
Yeah. So you guys live together,
Yes.
Yeah.
and how did you guys meet?
Do you want me to go into
You
it?
tell the story.
I feel
Yeah.
like I tell the story.
Who's the
so
more
many times.
romantic one of you guys? I feel like
question.
you.
Probably me.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably you actually. Which
Isn't it weird
is
how
cute.
Isn't it
like
weird how I
that.
can kind of guess that by
How did you
just
guess that?
by only following you guys on social media?
Huh?
Isn't that weird? Like I just see your posts,
Right.
I see your posts, and that was my.
And I look
guess.
like the narcissistic one who doesn't care about her boyfriend.
No, that's not what I mean. But
How can you tell though? Like
I don't know.
what is it?
I don't know. I don't know if it's because I kind of know you and kind of know you just from social media or whatever it
yeah.
is. But I just feel
I
like
agree with you though. Like
Yeah.
if you look at somebody's like posts and,
You can
and
see
Instagram,
it.
you can see what's going on in their lives.
see it.
Like, you can get a good
Yeah.
sense of who they are, what they like, what
Yeah.
they promote, like what they'll promote a lot. And
yeah.
I agree with you.
Although to some degree, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of fuckery on social media.
Oh yeah.
Especially, I mean, I'll just talk about myself. I mean,
Yeah.
I kind of just promote business, and
Yeah.
I mean,
makes sense.
right? That's kind of what it is.
Yeah.
So you can't. People that follow me, that meet me, they must just assume that I just like all he does is work out or whatever it is. But there's a lot more to me than that.
Yeah,
I'm a deep person.
I'm a deep person.
It's a good platform, right, to promote yourself.
It's the greatest. Honestly, for me personally, I think it's the greatest thing ever for everyone, business wise.
Oh yeah.
Soul wise, it's the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
Especially if you're like I don't want to say a weak-minded person, because like what does that mean? But if you're just like a person that gets like easily depressed or easily kind of influenced or whatever, and you're seeing these people have amazing days, amazing relationships.
Oh,
Wow,
yeah.
the dog, the house, the this. It's depressing, and that can
It
really
really
get
is.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, well, they live in a alternate reality when they're not living their own life. They're just like living in their phone,
Right.
creating stories and
Yeah.
creating dreams, which is it's easy to do, it's easy
Yeah.
to fall into, but
So I used to make these comedy sketches on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I'd go to LA and like kind of collaborate with some of these people. And this is when it hit me and I realized it. That I was like, oh, it's a lot of it's fake. A lot of it's not real online. And I kind of
Like
knew
in what
that.
way?
Like
You
know,
just-
like that. Like when I say this to you, you're kind of like, yeah, I know what you mean. But like until you actually see it, like I would follow certain people and I
Right.
was actually a fan of them. And like, wow, they're so dope. It's so cool. And go there and they're like, they're
Totally different
They're
than what you
miserable. Like they're not
expected.
like really happy. They're not like really content with what's going on. They want the next thing. And I was like, oh, this is all just an image, and
I
you can
feel like
create any image you want.
If I'm not feeling good, like, or for whatever reason or whatever's going on in my life, like I tend to just not want to post. I'll just
Exactly.
like
And
stay away
who
from the
does?
gram.
And who does? Like, why would
Yeah.
I? Like, no one wants me to. Like, those Facebook statuses that, like, the 50-year-olds are putting out. Like, I fucking can't. Like, it's like, dude, no one
They
wants.
just don't know how to
no
Facebook
one
or
wants
Instagram.
this. Yeah, no one wants to hear this. So, like, when you're upset, like, you're not going to want to put out your real
But I think
self.
people still do it. If you
Yeah.
have a platform and you're using it to promote yourself or your business or whatever, people still will do it. And I know this because I have people that I know that do it when I know for a fact they're really incredibly unhappy, something's going on, they're really like depressed or whatever it is, but they still go on there and they showcase themselves in a way that's like really like, look at me, happy. Not to say that it's and like there's anything wrong with that. Like if that's your thing, do it. But I know that happens a lot with people. And so I try not to I try not to fall into that too much just because I don't know, it feels fake. A lot of it feels fake.
Well, to be honest with you, your social media is actually fucking sweet. Like you put out, like
thanks.
me and Sam were talking about that. Like you put out a lot of cool stuff.
Well, I had a turn recently because I wasn't really using my Instagram as like a way to like really showcase myself. It was kind of like, hey, look at me. Hey, like it wasn't really like deep in any way, I don't think. And then I got really upset about some of the, I mean, it started with seeing a lot of like dieting, like fitness, but not fitness to the, like where it's healthy and like you're doing it to like preserve a nice healthy body or whatever. It just was like a lot of information on there was just so mind boggling in terms of like how bad it was. I found like as an inspiration for girls, especially women. And I just got fed up and I got really angry and I started writing a post about it. And then I was like, okay, scratch that. I don't want to approach this with like anger or anything like that or resentment. And so I was like, how can I inject myself in my post and what I write while still being compassionate and trying to like help maybe some people that will read the post. And that's kind of how I started writing. And now I can't get enough of it. I love it. So I don't know where it's going to take me, but I really genuinely like it. And I don't talk about things I don't know. I'd rather just talk about the things that I feel passionate about and that I have a personal history with, or I understand on a deeper level. And yeah, that's kind of like where I'm I'm basically trying to be more authentic and be more me, you know?
Right. And I love that. And it's cool that you even said for yourself, you're like, this is what I'm trying to do with each post that has to reflect about me. And there's nothing more you can do. Like every time I make a post, I ask like a couple questions. I'm like, is it going to inspire anyone? Is it going to motivate anyone? And is this like discouraging anyone?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if it checks off the two boxes and not the discouraging one, then I post it. That's just what it is, because that's like what I want.
Do you ever post anything just for yourself, like just for you, that you're like, I just want to put this out there?
My dog. Me and my dog.
Yes, Rafi.
Yeah. I'll anything with my dog related, anything like that, I'll just put it out there and just it's for me. I don't give a fuck about likes, comments, whatever. I don't give a fuck about any of that stuff. It's just for me.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of nice. It's your own timeline, right?
Yeah.
Which is kind of fun. You know, you scroll through some of your old images and you realize like, oh, like, you know, it brings back good memories, and sometimes it's fun to looking at an old photo album, right?
If I could,
Same
I would
thing.
only post pictures of dogs, and then people would just be like, unfollow,
Yeah.
because that's all I care about really
I don't
is
know,
dogs.
Dog pages get more follows than me, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, dogs are cute, right?
They're so cute. They
They're
make me
not bad
feel
to
so
look at.
good.
But back to your Instagram, do you because for everyone listening to this, you put a lot of work. I feel like you put a lot of work into your posts. Like there's a lot of like writing.
It's very
Like
impulsive.
sometimes I'll read it and I'll read it and I'm like, okay, I need to take a break, and I'll read the other half. Like there's a
really,
lot.
eh?
Well, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, well, I tend to be like very impulsive about it.
It's like a blog post.
It's a blog, yeah,
With
totally.
Instagram.
The first one I ever wrote, I really pondered on it, and I really wanted to take my time, and I had Adriano read it, and I was like, is this okay? Do I come across weird or like resentful or whatever? Like I just wanted to eliminate as much of that as possible. And I was like actually really nervous to put it out. But now I'm just kind of like, I'll just write something. I'll see something or read something, or somebody will say something, and I'll be like, oh my God, it sparked something in me. And I just like write it in my phone.
Or
and
my
then
laptop.
Or your laptop, because
I'll open it just with like huge paragraphs.
Yeah,
Really?
And I'll just
I
write
didn't
it.
write this.
Yeah. I'll just like write it really quickly, and then I usually post it within like an hour after that.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's kind of like it comes in, the idea, and then comes out right
That's
away.
so cool. Do you get like a lot of people like hitting you up? Like, hey, just so you know, your post.
Actually, yeah. Like I actually got caught up. Adriano sometimes have to like deal with me because I will be like putting my like heart into a post and feeling like, oh, this, I feel good about this. Like I just want to put it out in the world. And then I'll get like, I don't know how many likes, like not as many as I anticipated.
Right.
And then I have to be like, okay, like it doesn't
Post
matter.
and let go.
That's his phrase. Yeah. Post and let go. Don't worry
Why
about it.
you dwell on it a little bit sometimes? Like you're
Well,
like, nah, should I?
Well, because
Shouldn't I?
sometimes I find it discouraging because I'm like, oh, fuck, like I put like thoughts into this, and like I genuinely feel like really good about this post, and then you don't get the same feedback you'd be hoping for, and then I go, should I just stop? Because I'm not getting any validation. Should I
Right.
just stop?
Right.
But then I go, you know what? I get actually sometimes more than likes. I get a lot of DMs of equally like men and women, which I think is so cool that a lot of men are resonating with the posts. Just them being basically like, I really like what you're writing. This really helped me with this or
Yeah.
that or whatever.
Yeah.
And that like makes me feel so good.
Right.
Yeah, I love that shit.
That's so cool that you have like the power of words by writing. Like I'm the worst writer. Like if you look at my captions on Instagram, it's literally an emoji. Like there's no thought in that stuff
Yeah.
because I can't. I'm just so bad. I'm like,
But you're a great conversationalist.
oh well, thank you.
There you go.
I've been trying to get better with writing and trying to put a little more depth into my posts because it matters to me. You know, I want to tell a story of kind of what I'm going through, and
Yeah.
and I think that'll be inspirational for people. And
Yeah.
you know,
I just feel like there's people that like again they will read a post and it'll affect them, and there's people that will like watch a video like myself. Like I need to see it. I'm a visual learner, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about making like videos? Is that like something is that out of your comfort zone?
No, I don't think it would be out of my comfort zone, but it would be something that I would have to be like, okay, I got to fully dive into it if I want to do that.
I told her she should start
He did tell me, yeah.
A vlog?
vlogging her, you know, her little
Yeah.
write-ups.
Yeah, I think that'd be
It'll
dope.
be a little more engaging, right, with people that do follow you, and you know, they'll see the truth.
Well, also because people like what I'm realizing is that a lot of people are just not going to read what you're writing. They prefer
Yeah.
to have a visual medium,
Like
like
me,
you said.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's like I'm like
I will read yours though.
Oh, thank you.
I will. I
Thank you,
actually
thank you.
will read yours. There's certain people's that I just can't. It's too like The Rock when he posts. I just can't. It's too much.
Well, she understands how people read too, right? I think the way you break it up and put a little humor in there, and like
Yeah.
it's not like
Yeah. There's some humor in there. It's not like a boring read.
Yeah.
You know, it's not boring.
guys.
Yeah, it's not a boring read.
My number one hype man.
Yeah.
Right here.
Whenever I'm doing like work, I always pass like, you know, anything written stuff like with,
Yeah.
with
I handle
design.
it.
I always hand it over to her. I'm like, does this make sense?
Spell
Or-
check it for me.
No, I'm terrible. I'm terrible.
I'm pretty bad too,
My
dude.
sister will text me like you know after I've posted something or like
She'll be
when
like,
I'm
can
on
you
a website.
please
And she's
know
like-
your grammar?
Well, she'll
My sister does that too.
she'll correct me. She'll like, you know, like you got to write this instead of that. And I was like, oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I
That's
love that.
hilarious. Yeah, my sister does the exact same thing.
Yeah.
She's like an English major though, so that's probably
Oh,
why.
wow.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably why. It's weird that we are actually related. It's so weird, me and my sister.
Because you guys are like
She's so
totally
brains
different.
and like she's so smart and I'm not not in that sense. It's hilarious.
Listen here, you're just athletically inclined.
Right, there you go. That's what it is. So I know you guys make videos together. Like you guys have some vlogs out there. Kind of like they're vlogs, right? Is that what you'd call them?
Yeah, some of them. I guess some of the early ones. Yeah.
It's scary though.
It
'cause,
is-
like
why?
'cause- Well, because there's so many people doing it. So like, it feels like almost like an oversaturation of what we're trying to do.
Like everything else in the world.
Exactly. But it's like, should I even bother doing that? Because it's like, there's so many other people that have a way bigger following than I would ever be able to get at this point. So it's like, but then I go on like back to the topic
But
of like
that's everyone's
feeling like
mindset.
motivational
Yeah.
and inspirational. Like Adriano's really good at this. He always tells me like, hey, don't go into it thinking you want to be inspirational or motivational. Just write something that you love and put it out there, and whoever, you know, loves it. And that's it. You know, because otherwise like you feel like you have to do things to like inspire people. And it's like,
Yeah.
what does that even mean?
That's the thing
you
with
know?
vlogging too. I feel like it's a lot of work.
Dude, it's a lot. I did it for a year straight. It's a
Yeah.
lot of work. Like it takes away from certain situations. You're not really in the moment with a lot of things.
It's not 9 to 5. Like it's all the time.
and you're always
constantly
thinking about
on.
content. Like you're always. I remember I was dating this girl, and I would always think about content. Like always. Like we'd be for dinner, and I was like, oh, it'd be really cool if like you passed. Like you know what I mean? Like just
Yeah.
always. I was
Yeah,
never in the
yeah,
moment.
yeah.
I was never in the moment.
I can relate to that for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's a problem. Like you have to know when to put it away, when to take it out. And that's kind of like why I think like vlogging for like YouTube, especially when you're trying to make like a 10-minute video every single day, like that's not healthy. And it doesn't work actually anymore, I don't think. You
Well,
know?
because there's like no separation of
that-
who you are and what you're putting out there. It's just like mixed all together.
But that being said, I want to touch what you just said about like why start when like there's so many people out there
Right.
that's so saturated. I think that's the wrong mentality. And what I mean by that is I just mean that unless you're like loving what you're doing and you're putting out stuff that actually means something to you
Yeah.
or you're really passionate about it, it like fuck it. Like
that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. At the end of the day, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
And whether you have like 90 people that are really loving you and what you're putting out there, or 90,000 people, there's gonna be a paycheck difference for sure.
Yeah.
But like there's not gonna be a difference in how you feel, in my opinion.
Yeah,
So
I agree with that.
And there is people already like you're like you know now that like actually like I'm guessing a lot of women look up to you in a way, and I think that's fucking dope. That's so cool.
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of really nice feedback from a lot of them, so that's really nice.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, Sam sends me a lot of your posts, so I'm sure
that's
she's
so
one of them.
sweet.
Yeah,
That's really sweet.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
but yeah, back to you guys like vlogging together. I think like couple stuff though is cool. Like I like seeing that stuff.
Yeah. Well,
Like I don't know why, it just like kind of like motivates me for love. I guess I don't
It
know.
motivates you. For
I don't know.
love.
Like it just kind of like gets me
Ooh.
kind of like fired up for like relationships. I guess.
Yeah. No, I can.
Like
relate
the
to that.
partnership of that, like
Yeah, just like seeing like a couple like that they're together and they've been together and they're like they're making it work, and this is like their life, and they're like doing simple things, but
Yeah.
yet they're so happy. Like they're not flying to Vegas. She's not in a fucking movie. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like a basic normal life, and I don't know. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
Well, and what really prompted it, I think, was it the brand ambassador thing first, or we just wanted to make that?
Well, you guys got a
video?
brand thing? What happened?
It might have been before that. It was just
Yeah.
Do you want to touch on that?
Yeah. Well, the video we recently posted was actually for an application for a brand ambassador position for a Straight and Narrow. They're a company that's releasing cocktails in a can in Victoria, and Victoria Distillers started it. Yeah, the position is to basically live in a Sprinter van for 6 months and travel across BC, and
Which is totally things we don't care about, right? I'm joking.
Yeah.
We love that stuff. Yeah.
Do you?
Oh yeah.
You want to go into a van and just travel around for like 6
I
months?
did that before.
You did that?
Well, not a van, but an RV. Yeah.
Whoa, that's so
and camping
cool.
and all that stuff. Yeah, I
Nice.
love that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, so the video was for that application. So hopefully this week we should be finding out.
I hope you guys get
some
it.
news.
That'd be
Yeah.
fucking sick.
Yeah, so
There's some good competition out there, though.
yeah,
But who knows?
Well,
I've
I don't know. It doesn't really affect me.
we'll see what happens. But
What-
I feel like the vlogging aspect though started before that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I just got like fired up about making content.
Yeah.
I was off work, so I was just filming a bunch.
Yeah, you did a 180 for sure.
What happened? Like, what was it?
The filming?
Like, just in general, like, it sounds like to me that it just is like new and it just came out of nowhere for you.
I think it was just.
Like, were you always filming stuff?
I used to film when I was younger. Yeah, I used to
Okay.
love filming stuff, and I guess other interests got in the way. Life got in the way, and got other interests, and I guess I just had a lot of time recently. With graduating from school, and so I was looking for jobs and I couldn't find anything, so I just had a lot of time in free hands, and so I started. Picked up the camera again, and
I've known you for like almost 2 years now, and I feel like since I've known him, like he's just always gravitated towards those things. You know, editing, putting things together, filming, like all that stuff. He's really good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a really good eye for it, so it makes sense.
I like being creative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're in the greatest city for it. Like, there's so much opportunity for that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, like a lot of indie stuff too. Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, so the goal with this brand ambassador position, if we were to get the gig, would be to start a YouTube channel, and obviously we'd be working for Straight and Narrow, so we'd be creating a bunch of content for them and their Instagram page, and then through that feed we'd help create and launch our YouTube channel. And I think I like to vlog and go like, if we got the gig, go full out, and so we'd have like a bit of more a narrative, right? We're living in a van and just our experiences with that and how we take it day by day and whatnot.
That's so cool. There's this couple on YouTube. I don't know if you guys know. It's like my guilty pleasure. Like, I'll watch them sometimes. and
Yes,
they live in a
who's
van.
it?
I forgot what their names.
Oh, they live
the
in a
guy
van.
The guy kind of looks like you.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Based on that. Yeah.
I've watched them.
I
because
feel like
I've done
Adriano,
some-
you would look like
Yeah.
every single hippie
Yeah,
guy with
for
like
sure.
that goes in a van
Yeah.
traveling around the world. You have that look.
Yeah.
They're
definitely.
from Toronto, I think.
Yeah, they're Canadian.
Yeah, so
Oh, no way.
I've been
And they're in a
wa-
Sprinter.
Yeah,
And they have they have a lot of followers. Like, they're
Yeah.
super successful. Yeah.
yeah, they're doing well. I followed them because I was doing a bunch of research on living in a van and seeing what it's like, and they break it down as far as like, day-to-day stuff, what you need, and what your budget should be, and
I mean, it looks glamorous when you watch the videos, I'm sure, but it's
Oh yeah.
not easy.
Oh no.
And
Oh yeah. So you did it. Let's talk about that. Like, what was that like? RV.
You're like, RV?
RV, what?
Because I was going to ask you, like, would you ever do anything like this?
So when I watched an episode of that stuff, like I followed those guys, and I have a buddy, his name is Phil, and he's like this like super stud, like model, like whatever guy, and he moved to LA and he was killing it, and he actually got a van.
Oh.
And started just traveling around North America, and he's been living out of his van ever since.
It's huge right now.
It's huge, and he's like, I mean, I'm just going again based off social media, but it seems like he's having a great time.
Yeah, I mean, it obviously comes with a lot of challenges, especially one thing, you don't have a shower in there, so you're having to rely on having to go to a gym or
no bidets for you.
no bidet situation. You're pooping next to your bed, and
oh, fun.
While your partner's there, or
what?
kick them out, but.
Well,
some of the many challenges.
Nice views. Yeah.
But wait, so you lived in an RV though?
Well,
no.
Oh, you
I
didn't
don't.
live with an
Well,
RV.
I mean, my parents are huge travelers, and they have an RV
Oh,
and
okay.
whatnot.
So you went
and
camping, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, well I did that too.
Yeah.
But you didn't like live out of it for 6 months, did you?
3 months.
Okay.
Yeah. So like,
Okay, that's sweet.
and it's not an RV where it's like all closed up and it's like an actual like big car where you're like those like people that are touring for like shows or whatever. That's not what it looks like. It was one of those RVs that are like open on the sides. I don't know how to explain it.
A tent trailer, you mean?
Yeah.
That's what I had. Yeah, I had a tent trailer too.
There you go. So
Yeah.
that's what we like use. So it's like glamorous.
And you
camping.
crank it, remember they crank it up?
Yep.
Yeah?
Good old,
That's
old
so
school.
funny.
Yeah. So we did that.
3 months.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I think we did like a month max, and that was just like it was a lot.
Really, eh?
Yeah, it was a lot.
But I love that stuff. We were like in California and it was sunny and
That's so cool.
it just like I would go and like take acting classes and surf and just hang out and it was the best.
That's so
Loved it.
cool.
Yeah.
And you did that for 3 months. And how old were you?
Must have been like 25.
Okay.
24.
Fuck, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I remember I was like super young. I just
Yeah.
had my Game Boy and I was like, this sucks. Like I was such an idiot. But yeah, that'd be cool. So if you guys don't get it, would you guys still do the van thing though? Like have you guys?
No.
Okay.
No, we're like, no.
to do it right, those vans are like $100,000.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So
It's like that or a house.
It's like, we'll do it if you offer it to us like on
it's a free ticket.
nice gold platter.
Yeah.
so to speak.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you're still working, but
Yeah.
it's a free ticket for that experience.
I feel like
We'll probably do it one day though.
Yeah, I definitely
When we're
want to. When we're older, I want to do that.
Oh yeah, for sure. I want to like go camping and do all that stuff too. I want to do that now. Like I don't go out much.
Really?
I don't go out much. I live in this little bubble
I mean,
of a city.
I get it. Don't
that's
go
it.
out. Stay safe, guys.
Yeah, right now
get it.
especially. After having this conversation, I kind of feel like I forgot about the coronavirus.
Yeah.
That's when you know it's a great convo. You're just when I was out on Friday, I was like having a good time. I was like, why is it so dead? And I was like, oh yeah, the virus.
Yeah.
The virus. It's so like, doesn't it feel like it just happened yesterday and now all of a sudden the world is like coming to an end in a way?
It's so crazy. It's
crazy.
surreal. And I'm a little bit worried on just not so much the virus, but how people are reacting to it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, there's madness. Yeah,
so
going
much
on.
fear. I have a lot of, and there's some people where I'm like, no, come on.
Well, there's a lot of people too on Instagram reposting those videos, and I'm just like, as soon as I see that in the story, I'm like getting out of there. I don't want to like feed into it. Like I don't even want to see that stuff because I feel like I'll get stressed out just by watching it, even though I don't want to be part of it.
Weakens your immune system as well, which doesn't
Oh, yeah.
help the situation.
Well, any
so
kind of stress, right? Just
Yeah.
putting stress on your
stay
body.
positive and keep doing the things you do on day-to-day life.
That's all you can ask for.
Yeah,
It's crazy, man.
I don't know.
This could like, what if this was it? Like, I know it sounds crazy, but like, what if this was it? Would you be satisfied with your life?
I think so.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys
We die happily.
You guys are doing great.
I'm ready to die right now.
You're ready
I'm
to
not
die
ready,
right
but
now?
I mean-
Just had a bottle of wine. I'm ready to die.
Okay. Yeah, no, I would fight till the end.
Well, of course. I would hope so.
Yeah, I mean, we're still human.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah. Just take me, virus. Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, do you guys have anything else you want to add here? We can wrap this up here.
How long has it been?
It's been 40 minutes, my friend.
Actually, eh?
Yeah.
Wow.
What the hell?
Time flies when you're having a great combo.
I can keep going,
Do you want...
unless you wanted to wrap it up.
Let's wrap this up. Let's wrap
Okay.
this bitch up.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Where can people find you on Instagram?
It's very long in French. You ready for it?
How do you say it in French?
My last name?
Like, how do you, like, say your name? Like, if you were...
Catherine Michaud.
Whoa.
But then if you want to put a nice little Anglo spin on it, it's Catherine Michaud. And if you're an American,
Whoa.
you'll probably say Catherine or Kathy McCod because you don't get it, which is what I was being called a lot when I was in LA.
McCod.
Kathy McCod.
Kathy McCod.
Is not the name you want to have. Anyways, as a 25-year-old. Yeah, so Catherine G. Michaud is my Instagram handle.
I'll have a link for your Instagram. And
Yeah.
Mine's Fiore_Adriano.
by the way, dude, your last name is so sick.
Do you know what it means?
No.
It means flower.
In what?
cute is that?
Italian?
Italian, yeah.
Are you full Italian?
My dad was born in Rome. Yeah,
Really?
So half Italian. Yeah.
My dad was born in Rome. No big deal.
No
Yeah.
biggie.
Wait, what's your background? You look Italian or something like that too.
Yeah. I just want to see what you guess. Guess a few things. Let's see if you get it right.
Well, just by like
I will say before you say anything,
Okay.
I don't. You're like, wait, what? Your eyebrows just like went. I don't look what I wait. What am I trying to say? I'm not actually what I look like. Like
African.
Oh my god! Can you imagine if I was half African? That would be amazing.
Pretty cool.
I'm dying to go to Africa. Anyways, okay, resume. Please resume. I interrupted you.
Okay. Well, now that you threw me off by
Now you're nervous.
everyone listening to this, by the way, she kind of looks Italian. I'm going to say Spanish, but now that you've said that and it's
Yeah.
not that,
Now you're like, fuck.
I don't know.
Board mission.
I don't know, dude. Swedish? I don't know.
No, right? Oh my god, all those things. No, I am mainly French.
Like from France?
From France.
Okay.
My families, both my mom and dad's families or lineage are like one of the first habitants to have come to Quebec and populate,
Right.
Nouvelle France. So I'm mainly French, but I have some native in me, and then German and Irish. So not really like the Spanish, Latin.
But do you get like
fun.
Spanish quite a bit?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I get Lebanese a lot. When
Yeah,
I'm back
Lebanese.
Home,
That's actually what I was gonna guess.
Yeah, when I'm back home in Montreal,
Yeah.
a lot of people think I'm Lebanese. They don't think I'm like
Yes.
Quebecois or anything like that. I get Spanish. I get Serbian. I've gone Mexican
Serbian.
too.
I
which
see
was
Serbian. I
surprised.
see Serbian a lot actually too.
Yeah. I get all of that. So I've gotten a lot of different nationalities actually, which is nice because my mom and I like totally look exotic, and then my brother and my dad are just totally all American, white, regular, old, boring look. So it's nice. Like when we travel, wherever we go, people just assume that we're from there.
Right.
So you get that nice kind of
Yes.
like welcoming, like, oh my God, hola, or whatever it is. Yeah.
Nice.
That was
Yeah, she's definitely not Spanish. Okay. On that note, let's end it here.
She is not Spanish.
Thanks so much for listening, guys. I can't speak today, by the way. I don't know what's going on. I think it was the 18 tequila shots I had.
Probably.
Not yesterday, the day before.
Right now. You mean right now?
Thanks so much for listening, guys. Appreciate it, and we'll see you guys when we see you.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace.